Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wagner. I am a Brazilian living in Brazil and I am holding Tesla till 2030. I think Tesla is showing. I'd like to talk to you guys today about Larry Goldberg, a tweet he made. Who is Larry Goldberg? He's a serial entrepreneur, angel investor, co-inventor, co-author of the book Decision Model, Normalized Business Friend Model Logic. It's one of the best analysts today, especially for Tesla. And you guys can check it out on YouTube at Herbert's channel, Brighter with Herbert. Sometimes on Andy Kirk channel with some pretty good videos with Andy Kirk as well. And every time you find Larry Goldberg on YouTube, you better watch the video because you will be enlightened for sure. So he made a tweet today, which I think it's worth of consideration, worth of reading and understanding. He's talking about Gary Black, which is ex-bull on Tesla, now Tesla hater, and he blocked me. Look at this. Você foi bloqueado. You have been blocked. My Twitter, of course, is in Portuguese. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the debate is joined once more onto the bridge, dear friends, once more. Larry Goldberg is speaking here about something Gary Black said, which I don't know what it is because he blocked me, but he made such an in-depth analysis. Look at this. That I can see the original tweet by Gary Black, but the lesson alone by Larry Goldberg is worth of a video, and that's what we are doing here today. Gary Black rests his case. See the embedded post, which we cannot see, for buybacks on the simple and correct, but don't be hasty about it, okay? Premise that Tesla have done nothing with the almost 30 billion on hand. So Gary Black is one of those analysts that thinks Tesla should buy back shares, which I disagree completely. Before we go on reading Larry's lesson, let me just say I disagree completely on it. Why? Because I think those 30 billion should be expended in R&D, research and development, factories, innovation, and overall should be used to keep the health of Tesla going, and in the long term, which is what I talk about in my book, Tesla in 2030, holding till 2030, only 6 more years. In my case, Tesla in 2030 and beyond. Maybe I'll do a sequel for the book because I'm not seeing myself selling this stock in 2030. I think I'll keep holding it. At least the most of it. Tesla in 2030 book case explain why am I holding Tesla. Valuation year by year is $3 on Amazon. $3 for the digital version. You can read it on your smartphone, computer, tablet, or Kindle. Or you guys can get you guys can get the printed version for $6. I'm sorry. Before we continue reading the tweet by Larry Goldberg, I would like to give my appreciation to the people that bought my books today. Someone bought interviews with the incel, pretty cool book about guys that can get dates, cannot get girlfriends, cannot. They are celibatary, but they did not choose to be so. The world is imposing that on them. And I had the honor of interviewing 12 or 13, I don't remember, it's been a while, but more than 10 of those guys. And the results are very different than what you think, because when people think in sales, they think those freaks that has those crazy fetishes, and no. Most of those guys, all of them, in my case, the guys I interview, are just guys down on his luck, guys that didn't have much luck in life. And as I always say, in life you are dealt cards by God, by the destiny, and you gotta do your best with it. And someone read 7 pages of my Tesla book. Someone read 10 pages of my lottery book. Very nice as well. Every time someone read a single page of my book on Kindle Unlimited, Amazon gives me a little bit of money. So I appreciate that. Back to Gary Goldberg. Okay. The math is compelling because it would reduce total share count, provide a consistent buyer for the shares, and obviously buying Tesla stock would be a good investment. Seems like a win-win. So if you think about it, if Tesla knows that their shares will be worth 10 times what they are worth today, their price today, in, let's say, I don't know, 3 years, and they buy 30 billion of shares today, then in theory they would have 300 billion. So it's an amazing investment. No, and this is me talking, not Larry. I'll tell you why not. Because if they take this cash on hand and spend on shares, they hinder the possibility of making the company worth 10 times what it is worth today. And by the way, today we are, let's see, I haven't checked this today, so we could have a terrible surprise here. This is the largest companies by market cap, and Tesla is neck to neck with Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly is up 1.22% with 849, and Tesla is 841, also up. So today is the day 11 of Tesla being up. If they can close the next day of market up, it would be the record, the all-time record of days up. Would be interesting. But Tesla was the 10th company yesterday, but Eli Lilly is up a little bit more than Tesla, so they are neck to neck here. Pretty interesting. I think in the next days, of course, not financial advice, Tesla would be doing the same fight with Berkshire Hathaway. Very soon, Eli Lilly will be left in the dust, and we'll be fighting for the spot number 9 with Mr. Warren Buffett. If he's not smart enough to buy Tesla, because I think that the Lord willing, Tesla will be like Sean, will be the biggest company in the whole planet, like the Sean from the book Dune. So let's keep reading here the Larry Goldberg tweet, which says, Gary also provides a spreadsheet that shows Tesla building net income from 8 billion in 2024 to 61 billion, which I think is absolutely wrong, by 2030, while gently incrementing capex from 10 billion by 22 in 2030. This scenario results in a cumulative cash of 131 billion by the end of the period. Proof that Tesla likely has little to no use for the current crash. Before we continue, I'm very curious to see what Larry Goldberg says about it. But before we continue, I gotta throw my 2 cents in the pile. Gary Black, which blocked me, by the way, is absolutely wrong, because 61 billion by 2030 is absolutely peanuts if you consider Robotaxi, FSD fully solved, and AI and Optimus Droid, the androids. We are talking about a product, especially Optimus Droid, that could sell in the billions. In the billions. So how the hell would Tesla have only 61 billion if they are selling hundreds of millions of bots every year, which I think could happen? That's and making a fortune every day on the robotaxis. Let's think about it. If they have like 1 million robotaxis on the roads, every single robotaxi make $1,000 for a day. So we have here 1,000 times 12 of course, is 12,000. Okay, times 1 million, we have 12 billion only with robotaxis. One single one single glance at this model of business shows how amazing it could get. So we get to 10 million 10 million robotaxis would have like 120 billion with 10 million robotaxis overall. So we have 30, let's say, earnings EP earnings under price of 30, price under earnings, sorry, PE of 30, 12. So we would have like 3.6 trillion only on robotaxi. I'm sorry, guys, my English skills are not that good, and I got a little excited there. But life seldom imitates spreadsheets, says Gary Goldberg, especially those drawn by onlookers. We should instead give precedence to Tesla internal planning. We know a little, not a lot, about that. Here are the breadcrumbs I've been tracking. Now we're cooking. To begin, we have back in 2022 a slide for Investor Day. Let's see the slide right here. 20 million vehicle production, which I, by the way, think they will get there. Maybe not 2030, maybe 2032 probably, but it's only 2 years, and we will be way ahead in 2030 than we are now. We are probably at 2 million right now. We probably will get to 3 million next year, and 4.5 in the year after that, which is 2026, 6 million in 2027, probably a 9 in 2028, probably close to 11 2029, it probably close to 13 or to 14 in 2030, sorry, and probably will get to 16 and very close to 20 million in 2032. The Lord willing, if the world still exists, if a meteor don't kill us all the stuff. Not financial advice. So we learn that what we learn, says Larry Goldberg, is that Tesla plans has at March 2022 required up to 175 billion of capex. So here is the key to all this. Very differently of what Gary Black said, Tesla is not, they have nothing to do with this money. No, they have plenty to do, and they need plenty more of money. But the money will come when fully solved FSD hits the market, when the robotaxi comes, when Tesla starts renting the Optimus droids, Optimi droid, I don't know, or maybe using the factories and making the margins skyrocket because the costs, as I said in my last video, that 7% of the cost is labor is absolutely a lie. It's close to 25%. I showed you guys why, because labor is way more than what you pay by hour for an employee. There's many other variables in that. So requiring a further 147 billion to be funded for operation cash. This closely accords with Gary analysis, but Gary points out share buybacks are for cash that is surplus to the company capital needs. So it's important to point out that since early 2022, Tesla has initiated several entirely new business. That's true. Let's take them in random order. First of all is Optimus, the humanoid droid, an idea that Elon germinated in 21 or 22, only now taking shape in the business opportunity becoming clear. The competition to be first out of the gate with mature offering has become intense, with tens of robotics startups popping up in the US, China, and Israel. But let me point you this. Practical humanoid droid useful for work was not any company mind, any company schedule till Tesla said it would do. Now we have 30, 40, 50 companies. Hey, look, our droid is ready, and they show us CGI or some staged demonstration, and you wow, it's more advanced than Tesla. No, it's a trick. It's a magic show. Why? Because they want to steal Tesla thunder. That's why there are supercar companies like I think it's Rimac or Bugatti. They announced a robotaxi 1 month before Tesla will show their robotaxi. Why? Because they want to steal the thunder of showing of the real winner of this competition. The investment is like when you have a blockbuster like a Jurassic Park, a movie that will make a lot of money, lot of money. Those companies, those B movie companies, they make a knockoff, like the Dinosaur Park, or like Jurassic Danger, and it's a cheap imitation of the real thing to try to make a couple of bucks. That's what is happening with everyone wants to do an humanized ride. No, everyone wants to steal Tesla thunder and try to make a couple of bucks, going public, getting funds from investor, and bamboozle everyone like the dot com bust. A lot of these companies, I would say, of those 50, maybe 48, 47 will not get anywhere. The investment in Optimus is going to be very significant. In addition to considerable R&D that's currently underway, there will be initial training. Ultimately, a factory will be built and equipped. Once in production, it's most likely that Tesla will elect to lease rather than sell Optimus, which I think it's a great idea. This is difficult to predict the capital needs of entire new business, but it could easily be in the order of tens of billions of dollars. Absolutely, he's right. Most of which will occur in the next few years. So first the expenditure and then the profit. So of course Tesla cannot give us dividends or buy back shares right now. Now it's the most capital intensive period of Tesla growth story. In addition, Tesla has dramatically expanded its AI compute investment as it pivots to end-to-end neural nets for its FSD revolution and for its Optimus business. Tesla published this chart late last year showing the commitment to build out a massive AI compute capability to support the newly developed end-to-end neural network concept for both FSD and Optimus. And here he shows a very capital intensive, labor intensive, focus intensive timeline of what Tesla needs to do with GPUs and compute. Okay. So the compute installation in the diagram will be at 100 exaflops by October this very year, 2024. The cost of an exaflop compute is a moving target, but my research shows a likely cost in order of 8 billion. Scope investment was not planned for 2022 and one that will be impact the capital budget very significantly this year. It will not be the last major investment in compute, in my opinion, my honest opinion. Finally, there is Robotaxi, says Larry Goldberg. Let's not lose focus here who is speaking. It's Larry Goldberg, analyst extraordinaire. Follow him on Twitter at Tesla Larry. He is one of my heroes. I would say it's my top five heroes is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Elon Musk, Dave Mustaine, Larry Goldberg, and my father. So he's a very cool guy. Finally, there is Robotaxi. It's now clear that Tesla plans to own a significant portion of the fleet. How large is the fleet likely to be? The numbers proposed by several analysts range in the hundreds of thousands, each hundred of thousand which involved over 20 billion. Interesting. These three businesses were not provided in 2022 plan as illustrated in the first slide above. This is called a cap. This is called for capital expenditures of 150 to 175, of which 180 had been invested, leaving a further 122 to 147 to yet be spent, which Tesla acknowledged would be provided from cash flows, which aligns with Gary's spreadsheet. But those expenditures did not encompass the new business that evolved since Investor Day, and we can guesstimate the amounts needed for this business, which would be, according to Larry Goldberg, 10 to 20 for Optimus, 8 to 15 for AI compute, 20 billion for Robotaxi, total about 38 to 55, all of which will be needed in the near term. That means we need every single dime of that cash cushion that Tesla has today. Sounds like a case for going out and raising some cash, which I don't think is a good idea right now. I think Tesla should do whatever they can with the money they have and not trying to put more stocks on the market. I think that would be a terrible idea. But I have a firm belief that Tesla cash flow will be enough to cover all these investments, as long as Tesla is very cautious with their cash and absolutely not do buybacks. Don't buy back any single share. Use the money to put this show on the road, which is what we really need. I think Larry Goldberg is a effing genius. Is one of my heroes, and I urge you guys to follow him on Twitter. See you guys later. Bye.